Justice by God. Justice by mankind's death. Empathy or law.
What if our judgment is wrong there, of God and of man? What if God wants us to understand our life changes its meaning? What if God grows with us rather than alone? The rage of God, the wrath of God, shown and read, written by men long since dead. God, the wonder that wanders through every living material thing. God's words in books and mind, traveling through time. God's blessing was never left behind. It is far out front beyond the minds. God's comprehension, God's understanding, God's reality of everything. What if we are wrong? God exists because of our mind's ability to comprehend. What if conscience exists because of God? What if God sees and hears through the all? What if we bind with God's law? Will we stand tall? God's law, man's law, not one and the same, different in prospect. God's law unchanged, unamended. Man's law forever changing. God's law bonded to man's law, scares people as it should. God's law, broken souls drift far from God's position. It just is. We dispute God's existence. We do not dispute man's existence, now we do. Simulation, a prophecy of understanding and comprehend reality. I question the ability of mankind. I do not question the ability of God. I misunderstand the reasoning of God. I do not misunderstand the reasoning of mankind. Compare man's books of law to that of God. God has written not one single book comes to mind. How is that? Truth in the divine, truth in man. The beauty of a world provided by man, and by sheer coincidences, effects of material things, smashing and crashing and bumping and breaking creation into existence, lost and wondering, lost in mind's comprehension while it is still known. Probabilities and factors of the unseen minds wandering throughout the sky inside the mind. AI's comprehension inadequate for the truth and understanding the man's mind. The depth of memory, the depth of wonder, the understanding that comprehension is not written. How do you propose to teach it? The way to comprehend the empathy of justice while maintaining empathy for mankind. Factors leaving God's law out of it all, or binding them through the understandings of God. Effects and simulation, effects of probabilities factored in by man. Which man or men? Which mindset? Which understanding of God's law? Which understanding of man's law? Which questions are asked to provide the simulation's outcome? Which A and which comprehension sways the outcome of the answers provided? Energies flowing evenly, waves of life, miracles only seen in mind. Why? Properties of the given facts, all the above and back, with so much more that was forgotten yet exists. People can't comprehend that which A never will. Agree or disagree, stand neutral and wait to see. Processing errors made by man's judgment of right or wrong, benefit to the many or the few. Does God exist? Did Jesus walk among men? Was Jesus just a man? What facts in the written can be factually proven to have happened in all the books ever written about God. Simple clues, the comprehension is that of mankind over God's reality. Wise men that question the mind and not that. A factor seen, probably lost because of others' ways of thinking. Greed, gold, vanity of the mind's recognition, bought sold by individual realities, all part of God's reality. Unprovable, deniable, and reckoned with individually by man. Why? It just is, justice in our ends being rewritten by man. Because I care, because I love, because I know Jesus died on a cross because of man, and man did not follow his path as This understanding incomplete, forever expanding, forever comprehending. This is what I feel and have seen, it is part of my small individual reality. Forgiven or not by Jesus or by God matters not to me. It is the way the information was processed, provided. Enter my comprehension that directs me to that understanding.